This is the segment where I'm sure you've all been waiting for. It's a segment where we get to hear your opinion on happenings in the country. Now, today we're going to be looking at the palliative distribution. Recently, the Tinubu administration announced distribution of palliative measures, including rice to cushion the effect of economic hardship on Nigerians. But have the efforts made a tangible impact on your life, especially the vulnerable? Today, we want to hear from you. Now, have you benefited from the Tinubu rice or any other palliative measures that have been rolled out? Did you encounter or know of any challenges in accessing these benefits? Well, share your experience with us, successes or frustrations. Give us an update. Tell us if you have even seen your neighbor or someone around you benefit from any of the palliatives, be it the rice or the fertilizer or whatever palliative that has been given out. Now, call us now on the numbers displayed on your screen, or send us a message on our social media handles. Let us discuss the effectiveness of these palliative measures and how they are making a difference in the lives of Nigerians, in your life. Does it make any difference to you, the fact that rice is being given out, or fertilizer is being given out, or something is being given out by the government, even cash as form of palliative? Let us know if it makes any difference to you. So join the conversation, and we are here to have a talk with you. But my question, Summayya, is how long will the government keep on giving palliatives? People are looking for long-term measures that would have an impact on their lives in the long run. A bag of rice would finish. Fertilizer would finish. The money would finish because it doesn't even equate to the cost of living in the country. Yes, the government made economic policies that they say would see or yield a long-term result. How about now? The effect now is biting hard. So would the palliative suffice the now in comparison to the supposed long-term results we intend to see? Did you put businesses into consideration? Did you put people's life and the cost of living into consideration? Then you're now sharing palliatives that we're not even sure if the people have gotten in the long run to sustain them.
Yeah, when this administration came into power, first thing they talked about was there has to be removal of subsidy, and hence the reason saying it's going to be a long-term process for us to start yielding the result, but we're going to start with cushioning the effect. But let's take this first call and we'll come back to that. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. My name is Jerry. I'm calling from Abuja.
Jerry from Abuja. Good to hear from you. Go ahead.
Yes. Actually, this the issue of this protest, actually, it was necessary. That is one. But the way people are going about it now is uncalled for. They don't know what it is, or what the implication, what they want.
Yeah.
Which is...
Jerry, but are you with us? I know you want to talk about the protest, right? But we've been talking about it for the longest time, and today we want to take another angle. When we talk about end bad governance, this starts with it. That's what we're talking about, the palliative that Tinubu administration, if you can recall, early or middle last month, said he gave 20 trucks of grains to each state. So we want to know if in your state you've heard somebody who have received that palliative, or if you have even received it.
My dear, I'm calling from Abuja. I'm from Edo State. I have not heard of anybody that has received any palliative. I have not seen the palliative. It's bad for us to know that somebody is there as a figurehead who has not listened to the ending of his people. Now, if you give me palliative today, will you give me tomorrow? Now, if I'm a father to some people, I think I have to fend for them. Give me this job. All we need is, okay, if you are not given the job, our daily hustles, which is taking us out and bringing us back every day. What we need for you to do is to reduce the price of fuel, and every other thing will go back to normal. I think that alone, it's okay.
All right, Jerry, thank you so much for that. Questions, actually, those concerns and due concerns, right concerns being raised. So, like I was saying earlier, Lilian, then the government decide if this is going to take a long time for us to achieve what we initially want Nigeria to achieve by the fuel subsidy and all of that, then there has to be some kind of measures to cushion the effect. And experts were calling for it. And hence the reason why the government is saying, okay, fine, we're going to give loans and some kind of help to businesses, small businesses, and we're also going to give palliative. But Nigerians, even from the beginning, did not really want the palliative. They said just do the right thing that we can at least start feeling the impact in the earliest time before, we get tired. But then the government insisted on that. And Nigerians were thinking it was going to be, at least it was not going to be long to this time. It's been one whole year of people, going through this process. Let's pick this call. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, your name and where you're calling us from.
My name is Joe. I'm calling from Abuja.
Okay. So, FCT, I don't know if you're from the FCT, but if not, your state and also the FCT, have you had anybody, received the Tinubu's palliative?
The palliative they are talking about is an ODA palliative. There is nothing like palliative going around. This is just a propaganda. This is what EPL. There is nothing like palliative sent to anywhere, because if there is anything like palliative to state, at least we have relatives that will hear. This one has gotten a rise. This one has gotten this. This one has gotten. There is nothing.
Yeah, but no. Some governors came out to say they received and they've signed the invoice of that what they received. But then other governors did not. Hence the reason why we're asking, because we need to trace our money. That's why they literally say you should follow where your money is going to.
Okay, that is the case. We've not seen anything. I've not had anybody collecting it. And my major problem is not even whether we have seen palliative or not. How long can we continue to receive palliative? Can palliative solve the problem of Nigeria? The last administration has been talking about palliative and palliative. Up to now, we are still seeing this problem. Look at the protest that is going on as a result of hunger. Palliative cannot solve our problem.
All right.
That is the issue. The solution is to see how they can better our economy so that you can have the job. It's better to show somebody how to fish than giving that person fish. Is it not better?
Indeed.
How long will we continue in this palliative? Year in, year out, we are having the same problem. Palliative is not solving our problem.
I get your concern. Thank you so much for that call and sharing your take on this matter.
Well, just like the first caller said, palliatives for how long? How long would you keep giving palliatives to the people? You said that you're giving rice at the rate of 40,000 naira. How many people have been able to purchase it? Now, I don't think Nigerians would actually have a problem with the palliative if it gets to them as much as you're doing it. So there's a middle line where something gets missing. It's either the government is just giving us audio information and they're not actually carrying out what they're meant to carry out, or they are sending these palliatives out for real and it's not getting to the people. That needs to be looked into and investigated. Don't just roll it out and don't follow it to the end. Even as Nigerians, right here, we're playing our role to say, hello, we've not gotten it to, you said you've sent it, but it has not reached out.
Of course.
So let's hear from this caller now. Hello, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
You are speaking with Ogara from Benue State.
All right. Have you gotten any palliative whatsoever? Or do you know anybody who has benefited from any of the government palliatives that have been rolled out?
I have not gotten any palliative. Neither have I heard of anybody that have received a palliative. Like the last caller said, it's a propaganda. Why? Because if there will be money to give to people as palliative, then why are they not reducing the price of fuel? That it will reach everybody in the nook and cranny of the country. This very palliative, they are saying, if at all there is anything of such, it will be siphoned by the people on top, and it will be given to their relatives that don't even need this very palliative. The masses, the only thing that will reach the masses, it is the reduction of the price of the fuel, which is what we are crying for, and we are protesting for. Yet they are still very adamant about it. Okay, for instance, I'm a father of two, and I have children. I cannot provide for them both the immediate and their tomorrow needs until they are able to cater for themselves, then what is the essence of fathering them? Yeah, I'm very sure it was not because of money he came to power, whereas he's still embezzling the money to enrich himself, which is not called for. What will he use the money for? Is it for his unborn children, his grandchildren? What will he use the money for that is fine?
All these are allegations, and don't forget, we always say the president is not the only leader in the country. So what about your governors? What about your senators, the House of Reps, the ministers, all of these people? You have to ask.
It is applicable to all of them. I'm not just saying to just a figurehead. I'm talking to all the leaders in the House, not just the president. It's just why the president is often receiving the whatever. The cause is because he's the number one. It is applicable both to the governor, the senator, and all the leaders. They know what is right for them to do. Yes, they won't do it. They will be hearing people cursing them for no cause. What is the reason? We voted them there for them to represent us and do the right thing. Okay, if they said removing the fuel subsidy is the right thing, and the masses are saying no, we don't need the fuel subsidy being removed. Whose interest are you there for? Is it not the interest of the public? Are you there for your own interest?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate your concerns. Indeed. First of all, I want to actually give some reaction to what he said. First of all, Lilian, I felt like we dragged it before we came out to say we don't want it. Yes, I feel like if we had reacted to the fuel subsidy right from when the president announced, before taking to office, we all know that the president did not really sit down as a president, analyze how this thing would really hit Nigerians, and he just made the decision in the heat of excitement of, I am going to take over the seat now. And we saw how the ripple effect has caused it on Nigerians. But I think that was the right time for Nigerians to come out and say, do not remove it. Let's pick this call. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, your name and where you're calling us from.
My name is Aliyu. I'm calling from Gombe.
Aliyu from Gombe. A lot seemed to happen in Gombe. We saw you people breaking people's houses. But tell us about the palliative. Did you people receive any?
Some other people breaking shops. Yeah, not all, yeah.
The hoodlums.
I have not gone out actually on that day, but I saw what happened over the television. Well, it was quite an unfortunate situation because first let me start talking about three things. To my mind, most of our leaders do not heed to warnings, because if you can heed to a warning, you see the red light, the danger signal, then you try to adapt and take measures. But this thing has been going on, even if it is a rumor, it has been going on for long. They do not take any heed to find out the reality of the situation and even try to arrest the situation or the rumor until it came to reality. Sorry. Now, most of our leaders do not really respond to issues instantly, and that causes a lot of problems in this field. If you heard about a matter that is going up, what are the use of the intelligence reports? They don't even care about intelligence report. And unfortunately, whatever happens, they say they'll give a fire brigade approach to it. It's not working now in this sort of democracy. So essentially, if the leaders are really interested in tackling situations of the country, first they should use intelligence.
All right,
but they are not after intelligence.
I want to get your take on this, the palliative thing. Did you receive any palliative, or someone who at least received it?
I'm coming to it. Now, the issue of parliament, this palliative.
Do we still have Aliyu on the line?
Yeah, I'm still with you.
Okay, go ahead.
Now, the issue of this palliative, nobody will say that palliative does not work, because whoever you are, you need something to cushion your own problems. This issue of palliative is essentially important because most of the people in Nigeria live in the villages. Most of them do not even know what the government is doing or the activities of the government.
Oh, Ali,
but
we
when
know. we know the palliative is important. The question is, have you benefited from it? Because we're trying to know if Nigerians have benefited so as to hold the government accountable. So have you or anyone around you that you know seen, heard, or benefited from the palliative?
Yeah, to be sincere, in Gombe State, I think the government rolled about 18 times this roll of palliatives.
Did you receive one? Or you saw someone who did?
Yeah, I got it. No, I saw many people got it. Many people.
All right.
That is to be honest. But the issue is the way the palliative is being distributed is not properly done, because most of the distribution goes to the units. And even in the polling units where you cast your votes, you have about 500 voters in a unit.
Yeah.
Now, if you give 12 bags to a unit, as in the case of fertilizer or whatever, 12 bags to a unit, how many people would benefit from that?
So how would you suggest it should be distributed?
No, the palliative should be provided in large quantities.
Okay. All right.
You cannot imagine 500 people in a unit where they cast their own vote. Then you provide 12 bags of fertilizer. How many people will get it? And these 500 people are your own voters. Then you provide 12 bags of fertilizer to a unit. Only 12. Even if it is a measure, 500 people, how much measure would they get in 12 bags?
Yeah.
Right.
That's just a fact.
Understand where you're coming from, Aliyu. Thank you so much for calling in to share your take. We hope our country becomes great again. So Aliyu's concerns is first of all, there is no amount of palliative the government can give that would actually reach the intended beneficiaries or everybody. That is affected by the current economic hardship. And basically, if we're looking at the track record from when palliative started, the beneficiaries or majority of beneficiaries don't end up getting it. So it defeats the aim of, the palliative in the first place. So if we're calculating 20 bags of rice, Lilian, 20 bags of rice, 20 trucks to different states. We all know there are some states that are larger than others. So we all know there are some states that have more local governments than others. We all know there are some states that have more poor people, poor masses than others. So to even give equivalent does not, statistically, it does not seem well, it does not seem okay. But hence the reason we at least want to see something. We want to see majority of people coming out to say, we got. Because we are hoping Nigerians are truest at heart to think that if I should get, I can share at least with my neighbor. So we want to at least see enough of people coming out to say they've gotten. So this is my first time of in this call today. Hearing someone from Gombe saying they got this.
There's this side of me that is waiting to hear a warehouse being looted and they found the palliatives in there. Just like what happened post-COVID-19, where people found the palliatives somewhere. So is it possible that, 20 trucks is a lot?
It is a lot.
It's a lot for it not to go around everybody, even if it's in the minute quantity. So how come people are not getting enough, even if they're getting, which is a good thing? All right, let's quickly take this call. Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Okay, my name is Prince Chizaba Mbachu. So I want to talk about the palliative. I'm in FCT, Abuja, Abaji.
Okay.
I live in Abuja, Abaji.
All right.
So we talk about palliative. We have received palliative in Abaji.
All right.
We received in FCT.
Oh, that's good.
Abaji. But what you said that palliative is not much because people are much. Receive maybe one mudu of rice, one mudu of curry, one mudu of beans. People. But what we're asking government to do for us is to make us to be able to feed our children. Understand? We really receive in Abaji area council palliative, but what we receive in Abaji area council is not enough for comparing the hunger in the land. So,
all right.
So what I want to
Thank you so much, Prince. I appreciate you for that thoughts of what is going on. Hopefully, government is listening. We all know nobody is perfect, not even the government. So, hence the reason why we're trying to gather your thoughts, your take, an opinion, and see how that goes. I don't know if we can take a few messages. I don't know if people were able to send WhatsApp messages that we can read and hear some thoughts. We all know sometimes the network can be really congested, and it would be difficult for us to go through messages or calls rather. So if we're ready, please let's go through a few messages before we end this. All right, let's pick this call. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. My name is Abdullahi Mustafa. I'm calling from Kogi State.
Abdullahi. All right, go ahead, Abdullahi. What have you heard, have you received palliative? I mean, recently the government said they're going to reduce, I think, 25 kg of rice, right, to 40,000. Have you received that?
I've never seen palliative in my life. And if I'm opportune to see palliative, I'll reject it. Because this issue of palliative, what's different between palliative and subsidy, if I'm not mistaken? In trying to ease the affair of the citizens, the government will decide to come up with an impactful idea. What is different between palliative and subsidy? Subsidy can affect the life of every citizen positively, directly or indirectly. Even if I'm not going to buy fuel at a subsidized rate, my neighbor will go and buy fuel at a subsidized rate, and again, the goods and services rendered to me might be cheap. So even if I don't have a car, I can go to the market and buy Maggi or pepper or salt or rice at a cheaper rate. That means the effect of subsidy has impacted on me positively. But palliative is only channeled to their political members or our politics, if I'm not mistaken. A palliative will be given to a particular constituency, but they will end up sharing it to their political members.
Yeah, but Mustafa, don't forget one of the main concerns why the government said they had to remove the subsidy was because some particular cabals of people were mostly benefiting from that situation. So you have to put that into consideration.
That same cabals are the one looting our palliative. How can you chase a thief and still employing a thief to rule to head a particular unit? If they're talking about cabals, I believe we have intelligence officers. We have various security agencies that they can put in line to make sure they guard and safeguard any important sector of this country. Like seriously, I'm angry because it seems our politicians, sometimes they behave as if they are illiterate. Right. Even a common man can know how to undo a particular sector. Excuse me, with due respect, iron sharpens iron. If the truth is meant to be said, the problem, I don't think if our politicians have access to listen to news, to see the anger of the citizens.
Okay.
If they have access, I don't mind speaking to the president one-on-one. He has the ability to tackle this country. He has the ability to make sure that he can use his own executive order to put this country in place. If subsidy is being brought back, the problem is they are shy because they have already ranted and kicked against subsidy. So coming back now, the pride in them won't allow them to do what is right because they have that pride in them.
All right.
My sister, if subsidy is meant to be back, we have different agencies that they can put in line. If data analysis, I believe we have many qualified economists. They are professors, but most times they act as if they don't know what they are doing. If they can put them in line to undo this issue, I don't think if about you have access to it. If government want to catch you, even when I'm talking now, if they want to catch me, 2 minutes they'll catch me.
True.
So tell me, who are the cabals? They're not the cabals.
Right.
But they are just
that is a question.
Yeah,
that is a question. Thank you so much, Mustafa, for that call. Yeah, we did hear your frustration on it, and nobody can blame you for that. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. All right, let's take a few of your comments this morning.
Well, we have this from Ahmad. Morning Trust TV. I'm from Niger State. I have never seen any palliative. Tinubu will definitely lose his election coming 2027, inshallah, because people are going through a lot.
At this point, I think we do not forget it's not just the president. You have to hold your other, leaders accountable. So if at all you decide to say it's him that is going, if we have the same circle of people that you don't really connect with, it's going to happen. All right, let's pick this. This is from Idris from BU Borno State, where he said government palliative is only shared between themselves. That is from president to governors. In fact, it's not reaching the vulnerable people. All right, thank you so much, Idris, for that. Sometimes we know it reaches some very vulnerable people. We've had conversation with people, and considering what our previous caller said, where he said he wished he could talk to the president, this is the reason why we're giving you platform. You talking through the media, the president is watching. We already realized that one way or another.
All right, we have this message. I'm Mukhtar from Caesar from Jos. Palliative is not our problem. Subsidy removal is one of the major things that will revive the country. Reduce the price of fuel so that we the masses can afford to buy anything for ourselves, not palliative.
Thank you so much, Mukhtar Caesar. He's a consistent viewer of the show. I appreciate your message down there. But let's take a look at another angle. The fuel subsidy removal was something that, if at all we had a refinery, it would have been able to move. So instead, at this point, since we're looking at this angle, let's also look at another options. Options are good. Let's think of, perhaps telling the government, calling them to fasten, refineries. That way we could hopefully have a reduction of fuel. And we hope every Nigerian is keeping strong. You're doing well. Please just stay safe wherever you are. We appreciate you for calling and sharing your messages. And hopefully the government would at least do more in order to ameliorate the sufferings of Nigerians.